Okie dokie, boys and girls. So today we have a push day on our hands, but first I'm gonna give a small bulking update because since last week's hiatus of being sick and then running 50 kilometers, I've lost quite a bit of weight. Actually, I dropped down after the run to 71.9. So that's like over 1.5 kilos lost from my peak weight, which is that's quite a lot, right? I mean, 1.5 kilos, that takes like 2 months to gain from me. But, when you lose some weight, especially if it's like a special situation, you get sick, whatever, when you lose weight, well, there are two options, right? And one option is to start eating less, and one option is to start eating more. Now, which of these options is most likely to put on some size? I think you know the answer, Obviously, it's gonna be to eat more. But that doesn't mean that you have to rush things, I'm not gonna rush things to gain back the weight because, well, in a sense, right? Right now I bounced back to like 72.5 kilos. So I guess 1 kilo lost from my peak. But still, in almost 5 months, if I compare this weight, it's 3 kilos gained, which is good, and I think I'm gonna bounce back further to like 73, but I'm not gonna rush to really get that weight back, I'm just gonna do what I usually do, eat food, watch my weight, and see that it increases slowly, because the more slowly the weight is gained, the more of that weight is gonna be muscle. Like, even if you gain 5 kilos a month, right, there is only so much muscle that your body can put on in a certain time frame. And, it's quite lower. It's actually lower than a half kilo per month, I believe. So, or I guess that depends on if you're a beginner or advanced. For me, I've been training for 9 years. I'm not gonna gain 2 kilos of muscle in one single month. So I'm not gonna rush. And I don't think you should rush either, You have time with these things. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And even if, right now I were to sprint a bit and try to gain all that weight back immediately, at the end of it, I would be exhausted of eating, with still 1.5 kilos more to go to gain weight, right? I mean, I'm setting myself up for failure if I do that. So yes, I will focus on putting on that weight back. Yes, I will eat more, but most of all, I will watch the scale, take these 72.5 kilos as kind of a new bar. The bar has been lowered, and gain back up from there. It's kind of the same as, when you're injured, right? You first of all, you want to drop back down your standards so that you don't injure yourself even further. But other than that, you also want to build back up slowly. You don't want to rush things. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, in life, in general, you don't want to rush things, right? But anyway, today is a bit of a push day. I'm doing my warm-up here. So today, well, my legs are still jelly from the fucking leg day, even though it wasn't, that huge of a leg day. It was just, basic getting back into the swing of things after that 50-kilometer run. My legs feel like jelly, and they've been feeling like jelly the entire week. So I don't expect a lot today, but at the same time, one step at a time, we gotta get back to old standards, right? So not rushing things again, but today I would like to see if I can do some normal full planche, short but sweet combos. No weight, no assistance, just fucking free full planche. And if that's possible, well, then I'm gonna be very happy. So that's what I'm warming up for right now. I'm just gonna do my last warm-up set here with some assisted planche, and then we will get started with the workout. Feels rusty, but okay. Alright, so let's start with a light combo, or what should be a light combo, if I am in good condition. this combo should be very light. I don't know how it's gonna feel now. I think it's gonna feel heavy or heavier than usual. But anyway, I'm just gonna do some push-ups, some presses. Actually, one push-up, one press. I think it will be a good start. I'm gonna try to keep it clean. But actually, I want to talk about this. Like in calisthenics, you can practice all these combos, when you train skills. And if you think about it, it's kind of like a superset or a giant set because you're combining all of these different exercises. But because you're not using a machine, you don't have to take rest in between. You don't have to walk over to a different machine, do a complete setup, whatever. You can just do your entire superset in one flow, which I think is pretty cool. I guess it's also like if you were to do this to your maximum, right? Which a lot of calisthenics athletes, they do combos like super hard endurance sets. There is no way that's not going to build muscle, right? So that's kind of the way I like to think about it as well. But anyway, one combo here, light, let's go. A banger just came up. Let's go. All right. Feels heavy, but to be honest, all the weighted planche, I'm still not used to unweighted planche, which is kind of funny because I'm tired fast, but it still feels light. Let's see if we can do, or we can do a couple more combos. Let's do a couple more combos because this is gonna be a fun training. Yeah, the banger alert from just now was skull to follow down. So it's in the horsing playlist on my channel. If you're looking for some training music, you can find it there. Let's go! All right, let's try something different. Archer push-ups. I've tried it before, but not really ever done a proper one, so let's see how it goes. All right, the press was not okay, but let's just try different stuff today. Okay, so this is something I really like about calisthenics is the fact that I'm just doing some random fucking shit today, but it feels devastating to my shoulders. I mean, of course, like everything I do this week, I'm tired like twice or thrice as fast as normal because, physically I'm not recovered yet. But that aside, like just doing some random shit, doing some combos, if you were to do this, even if you were like super energetic, right? Like one of the best and energetic days of your life, and you just do a combo training, like in planche or front lever or whatever, your shoulders, your back are gonna be destroyed. And that's super fun about these things. You can build muscle with skills and you can just play around, do an infinite amount of combinations. And then if you don't feel like doing that, well, you still have your dips, your pull-ups, or your sets and reps with lean planche, push-ups, whatever. Like there's so much stuff you can do, and I really like that. So yeah, a couple more sets here, and then let's move on from that. What the fuck? I gotta check the form, but if that was okay, that's the first time I did that. And it's on a weekday, relatively deep into the training. Every day you have an opportunity to do a fucking workout, whether it sucks or not. And every time you'll find that something good comes out of it. Alright, I'm gonna do one more pressing set, I believe. And then we can call it a day. Move on to some accessories because the forearms are feeling stiff. And there's an easy solution to that. Okay, I lost balance. But that's it for today. I'm gonna do some forearm stuff. Alrighty, so let's move on to some accessories because the shoulders are pumped. Whew. Yeah, that training felt way better than expected. I mean, I was tired on every sit. My legs are still jelly and heavy, but I can't complain. I can't complain at all. So now we have our forearm lifts. You know, I do this to keep my forearms injury free, particularly this muscle here, which is activated when you are in the planche. You know, this muscle will always be under tension. And to train it, I basically take a dumbbell and I lift it up. I lift my thumb towards myself to train that muscle, make it strong so that it doesn't get injured. And important is, even though it's just a simple accessory, is to aim for fucking PRs, right? Everything is PRable. Everything. So your main exercises, of course, but also your accessories, of course, your consistency PR, your PR on how shit you feel, but trained anyway, right? Everything is a PR. Everything is a PR, including the accessories. So my PR is 20 reps and then 11 reps on the next set. Today, I'm gonna try and beat that. Fuck. Whew. All right, now to beat 11. All right. 2 sets of 20. That's a big fat PR. Next time I'll be moving on to 5 kilos and so on, you know. I get to a certain amount of reps, I up the weight, and I try to get that certain amount of reps again until infinity and beyond, basically. So, holy shit, I had a bit of a voice crack. But feels good. Forearms have been strengthened. That's a plus 1 point in my forearms. So yeah, that's it for today's workout. I'll do some stretching for the forearms as well. But I'm gonna call it a day here, strength-wise. So let's sit down and discuss, because, you know, today it was, like I said, well, this entire week has been kind of shit when it comes to performance, but, you know, every time there still has been something good coming out of it, including today, you know, those push-ups, like with the half straight arm stuff, and the arches as well, actually. I hadn't done them in a very, very, very long time. I think I did arches before, like a really big while ago, before even my first bulk. But these straight arm push-ups, no, I did not. And I tried them before and failed, actually. And now I'm just able to do them on an average Joe day, you know, not even feeling strong. So that's only like getting me more excited for the future. You know, when you have a bad day, just take it as it is, you know, and you will notice that there is still stuff that you can do that you weren't even able to do before. Like, you're getting stronger. Like, if you have a bad day and you take a look at a bad day from a couple months ago, this bad day is gonna be better in all likelihood. It might even be better than a good day from a couple months ago, right? And that's how you evolve And just following that process, it's so fucking fun. So take the bad days because they're better than before. And then when the good days come, the good days come, take them as well because they're also going to be better than before. So all I want to say is take the days as they come, you know. You can't be fucking going balls out all the time. And that's with training, that's with bulking, you know. Yes, I lost some weight, although actually today it was 72.9. So it's not like I got stronger because I lost weight. No, I'm actually like 72.9. It's quite close to 73 point whatever I got up to, like 73.5, right? It's like half a kilo. So it's not because I lost weight that I got stronger. But still, like when it comes to the bulk, I lost a tiny bit of weight, and it's the same as training. You have ups and downs, but you take them as they come. You try to adapt. You try to see, am I doing something wrong? And then if so, well, you adjust. If it's not like you're doing anything wrong and it's just the situation, you got sick, right? Or, well, you were stupid and you went out for a 50-kilometer run on your bulk, well, then something's bound to happen, right? Something's bound to fall back a little bit, but you just take those days afterwards as they come, you know. You learn to love the days that suck, and then when you get past those days, you're gonna be fucking flying, right? You're gonna be going straight on to new goals. So that's kind of the situation I'm in right now. It might be the situation you're in right now, but you know, even if things are a little bit going downhill right now, that's only gonna be, it's like an elastic, you know. You pull the elastic and the elastic goes back up. So as long as you keep going, you're gonna shoot back up. Don't forget that. And yeah, that's it for today's training. Very happy with how it went, of course. I think that's a reoccurring theme. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a pool day, and now I'm just gonna have a shower and some breakfast. So see you tomorrow.